Hello and welcome to Total Television. I'm Brian Dolby reporting live from Lisbon, where I'm talking to Andrea Afkhami, who is the VP of Marketing for Wireline Networks at Alcatel-Lucent. Andrea, tell us about your position now on FTTH.
So Alcatel-Lucent has had a long history in the fixed access business, starting over a decade ago in copper deployments in DSL. And we've evolved over time into PON and into point-to-point fiber. When we go out to talk to a customer, we go out with the whole range of options, and we talk to them about what's important for their business. We think of it in terms of fiber to the most economical point. And this is very successful because it's focused on driving their business, which is the whole reason they're doing it.
And it's really exciting to see the way FTTH is now delivering the benefits of broadband around the world, isn't it?
You know, it is, and it's really one of the best parts of this job. You know, when you talk about fiber and broadband deployment, a lot of the conversations around gaming and around social networks and video, and those are great applications. But the real promise is what it can do for people. When you begin to think about providing remote education and remote health and thinking about parts of the world, you know, not just in rural developed countries, but in some of the underdeveloped countries who haven't had access to the benefits that you and I have enjoyed.
Yes, I mean, we've seen the growth in some of the countries that you wouldn't normally see mentioned in major conferences, like Lithuania yesterday. And here in Portugal, we've had tremendous support with the Prime Minister himself coming yesterday.
You know, it was fantastic to hear him and see him, and see the government support for these kinds of deployments, and we're seeing it with economic stimuluses around the world. Part of it tied to the previous discussion we were talking about, where governments understand the benefits to their people. And so then you begin to think about where that's working in the world, and Portugal is kind of a rising star here in Europe, because in Western Europe, fiber has kind of slowed down. It was an early adopter. You know, Sweden was a particularly good example. And you know, now we see Portugal, and we see other parts of the world like Estonia and in Ukraine. We see some good things happening. There's a company called Velton Telecom who's doing some good deployments and getting started with GPON, and we see Etisalat in the UAE getting going. But in Western Europe, there's still some challenges. And we think this is really driven by uncertainty, and uncertainty for the operators, because it's a big investment. And we see this uncertainty really take place in three ways. You know, there's economic uncertainty, as we all know, in the last year or so. There's regulatory uncertainty, which is a particular issue in Western Europe. Now, we're seeing good movement there. You know, France came out and made some decisions on their regulatory environment. We see other countries coming to the forefront with their decisions. So we expect that to be less of an issue in the very near future. The last point we see, though, is technology uncertainty. As I said, it's a big investment, so operators want to make sure they're making the right decision. And this is an area where we really partner with the operator to talk to them about their business and to help them understand technology. And especially if you think about PON and GPON, it's a great option for them because it's future-proof, which is somewhat of an overused term, but it really is the case. And it's kind of exciting to think about, because there's a lot of discussion we're hearing now about 10G PON. So operators want to make sure if they put this investment in for PON, that they're going to be able to go to the next technology and 10G PON. And the great thing is, and we've demonstrated, that these coexist. So once they spend the money to put all the fiber down and all the infrastructure down and all the outside plant down, when 10G PON is ready, all that will be reusable in the same place. And we really see this taking away some of that uncertainty, and operators are getting ready to follow Portugal's lead and start rolling out in other countries here.
And staying here in Lisbon, I think you have some news on the innovation front today, some news to be congratulated upon, I believe.
And you know, we're so excited. And it's really around the technology I was just talking about. We demonstrated the very fact that you can run 2.5G PON and 10G PON out of the same equipment at the same time, which is a real innovation. And beyond that, we not only showed technology innovation, we showed service innovation, because we married it up with LTE and showed how this technology can be used for mobile backhaul. Because we know one of the biggest challenges affecting our industry is the mobile data explosion. And the great thing, and fixed mobile convergence we know is coming, and we showed how this technology is going to be, and the PON technology is going to be an important part of solving that problem.
And I believe you're getting an award today
Thank
for
you,
that.
you're right. And yes, and the industry has recognized it, and FTTH Council Europe has their first ever innovation awards, and they've recognized the importance of this technology and service innovation, and they're giving it to us today.
Well, congratulations, and thanks for talking to Total Television.
Thank you.